Speaker number 4, Audrey Dorenbaum. Mom knew how to open her mouth. Mom knew how to open her mouth. Audrey Dorenbaum.
Audrey. I'm 5'6". I weigh 195 pounds, and I'm 56 years old. Does anybody here find me attractive? I mean, anybody? It doesn't have to be a man. It could be. You don't start with that. You find me attractive? What? Are you one of those chubby chasers? Are you a chubby chaser? Does mental illness run in your family? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome guests. I just want you to know that I did not always look like this. Why, when I was a young girl, I was really gorgeous. All the guys would line up to get a piece of me. That was a good night. That's the way I rolled back in elementary school. When I was in junior high school, I was upstairs in my bedroom smoking cigarettes with my boyfriend, and we opened the window. But of course we heard Mom say, "Are you guys smoking cigarettes up there?" And, "No, Mom." Then we heard her rambling up the stairs. We shoved the cigarettes in between the bed and the wall. We sat like this with the bed thinking no smoke would come out behind us. In the doorway. She didn't see any cigarettes, and she went over to the window and she looked out. She didn't see any cigarettes down on the ground. She said, "Tell you what. If I ever catch you smoking cigarettes in this house, I'm going to go to your pimply-faced little boyfriend over here and tell him how you became so popular in summer camp." Mom had to convince my high school principal to let me graduate. She didn't want me to repeat the 12th grade. Mom had big plans for me. Yeah, Mom wanted me to learn the names of each and every one of my children's fathers. Principal Sadowski was the hairiest guy I saw in person. He had hair on his knuckles, hair coming out of his ears, hair coming out of his nose, and when he raised his arms, it was like two of the Jackson 5 brothers were sticking their heads out. Except his head, because I was bald. He looked like a big hairy chimpanzee that had to shave his head to pledge a fraternity. So Mom and I went to pay Principal Sadowski a visit. Mom knocked on his office door. She did not wait for an answer. She entered his office, and I sat outside in the hallway awaiting my fate. "My daughter's not spending another year in this dump." Mom insulted Principal Sadowski. After that, there was silence. I didn't hear anything for at least 10 minutes more. And after that, the principal's door opened up, and my mom stepped out, and Mom wasn't wearing any lipstick anymore. She put on another coat of lipstick, put it in her purse, and she walked over to me. She said, "Well, sweetheart, you're going to graduate high school." "Really?" "Yeah, and you might even get a couple of college credits." Open your mouth. Well, today I'm a mother. I have 2 daughters. They're not easy, and they don't have any children. But recently, my older daughter came to me. She said, "Mom, I found this paycheck that I got a year ago when I worked at a restaurant, and I forgot to deposit it. $800 paycheck, teenagers." I said, "Call up Mr. Baxter at the restaurant, and you tell him you want a replacement check." She said, "Well, Mom, I did that." And he said, "No way." I said, "Really? Let's go pay Mr. Baxter." So we walked to the restaurant, walked to the kitchen, walked to the supply room, and there's the door to Mr. Baxter's office. I knocked on his door. I did not wait for a response. I went in his office and I closed the door behind me. My daughter waited outside. I walked around to his desk. I stood over him very closely. I got down on my knees and I opened my mouth and I closed my eyes. God, help this moron realize that he's taking advantage of teenagers. He probably never had a good example of what a man's supposed to look like. Please guide him. And I went on and on like that for 10 minutes. And my daughter couldn't have heard anything. When I got up, when I was done talking, I didn't have any more lipstick on. And I went to my daughter and I said, well, sweetheart, here's your replacement paycheck. She said, really? I said, yes, and you may even get the deposit back from your uniform. It's like my mom taught me, sometimes you just gotta open your mouth.
I will remain silent until we get their ballots and collect the ballots.